One.
What's up, everybody? I'm Tanner. Today, we are talking about the Phantom Menace, and I'm going to introduce everybody one at a time. With me, as per usual, I have Jonathan. Was it good? Got Wenzel. Got Colt.
That was so loud.
I can't do it.
We got Cody. We got Patrick. And we are joined by returning special guest Justin.
That was good too.
And
That was good.
I would say Colt's made me laugh the most, even though it might have been the second worst.
Behind who?
I'm
yours.
trying.
Okay.
I'm trying.
I did my best.
So today we are talking about Phantom Menace. I think it turns 20.
20 to
like,
as we're recording this
like
today.
20.
yeah, like it's 20 like within the week that we're recording this. We watched Phantom Menace, and we're gonna talk about Phantom Menace.
Do we have to?
We're exhausted.
I still think we should just go watch Spaceballs.
So the movie itself took a lot out of us.
Took a whole lot.
Can't really explain it. Watching the movie, having fun, but then it sapped our collective life force out of us.
After the 45th minute of heckling it, when we realized there's still an hour and a half to go.
Yeah, it's a long ass movie.
It really
Yeah,
is.
there was a lot of stuff I forgot.
Yeah, so there was two scenes in the whole movie that I remembered from the first time I watched it, which was just 4 years ago.
There's only two I remember right now.
Yeah, true. I remember the pod racing scene,
Mm-hmm.
Darth Maul.
and I remember Darth Maul falling in the hole. Spoilers, by the way. There's going to be spoilers.
Wait.
If you
The
don't
only
Wait.
other stuff I remember is the memes that we see all the time.
Yeah.
But
It's an unexpected one, but it was unexpected but a welcome one. I don't know. There's a joke in
a
there.
surprise to be sure, but a welcome one.
Yeah, that one. Fuck it. This movie sucks. This movie's
it's
trash.
so
There's your pull quote.
it's so bad. Like, so I remember watching it because when we watched Star Wars together again years ago, like all of them, we watched it in it's called the machete order, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we watched 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, and I remember watching one, and you're just watching it, and it just doesn't stop. Like that's what it felt like here today. You're watching it, and you're like, "Wow, that seems like a good point to end the movie." And then they do another movie in that movie. It's two stories or into one movie, and it's not cohesive. It doesn't make sense. It's bad. The frame rate made it look like it was shot like a soap opera. So
Yeah, that's
We were watching what is this fucking Blu-ray?
Well, to me, when we watched it, the TV itself is a very got a high refresh rate. So it's a 240 hertz refresh rate TV. So it's already like it makes things look good. But also it leads to that soap opera effect. This movie, obviously, like most movies in theaters, are 24 frames per second. It's just the fact that we watched the Blu-ray, which was high quality, where everything looked hyper realistic from an era where things weren't supposed to look hyper realistic. And that alongside with the 240 hertz display kind of made this whole movie surreal and kind of sickening at the same time.
So it kind
All
of looked
right.
like Poodoo.
All right,
Voodoo
nerd.
doo-doo.
Bantha poodoo.
All right, nerd. Speak English.
yeah, no nerd talk on this Star Wars
all
podcast.
I'm saying is, it sucks ass. That's
It's real
Like-
bad.
Like, somehow this movie was worse than I remember. I hate this movie, but God fucking damn it. Like, Misa lost the will to live.
And here's what's crazy. So I don't know if anybody here has ever heard of a character named Jar Jar Binks.
Who?
Very unknown in the Star Wars
What?
canon.
No.
Very minor character.
Did he get an
Darth.
action
Oh,
figure?
you mean Darth Binks?
Yes.
I believe that.
Wait, was he
for
the
us.
little kid in the movie?
Yeah, he's the little kid with the ball haircut.
The
Was
Randy,
he the
what are they
racist
called?
alien, or the
Rodian.
racist alien, or the racist
or the
alien?
other racist alien. Even with subtitles, none of Jar Jar's dialogue still makes sense.
No.
None
Like-
of
It didn't.
None
like-
of the Gungans.
Like you're reading it and you're like, I don't even know what
It
that's
was like
supposed to
fucking
mean.
jazz scat. It was like Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, really.
Whoa, when did Jar Jar get here?
He's always been here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jar Jar Binks.
We got him.
We got Jar Jar on the podcast.
Surprisingly, took one phone call.
Yeah. It just comes on, breaks all her shit. It's actually
Wow!
And somehow makes the
actually be
podcast better.
I'd actually be mad.
Jar Jar, get the fuck out.
No, it was funny because I know Jar Jar is a clumsy motherfucker, but every time he does anything, I got pissed.
Yeah.
I'm so angry because I still remember the one episode of Clone Wars where he was on one of the ship transports with all the clone troopers. Fucker fumbles, kills the pilot, completely crashes the ship, kills almost everybody on board. Like, you are a threat to every single being
Like,
in the
forget
universe.
Batman letting Joker live. Everyone who let Jar Jar live is doing a much more huge disservice to
He
the
will
rest
kill
of the
you
galaxy.
at some point.
You know, Qui-Gon is the biggest villain in this entire series.
Yeah, because he freed
Yeah.
Jar Jar.
and
Could've just left
Anakin.
him.
Saved his life and then let him tag along.
That was the thing that surprised me about this movie because when they get to Naboo, I couldn't remember how Jar Jar was introduced, but literally he's just standing in the open field and they just run smack into him, and that's how he's introduced.
Laughed my ass off. That looks so fucking stupid.
It looked, so it's so weird because like some of the models, like most of the time, actually looked pretty decent, looked pretty good, but then there would be just
Those spectacular shots.
yeah, but then there would be scenes where it's like, all right, we ran out of time, so here's a Play-Doh model of like R2, and
Yeah.
it makes no sense.
It looks like very good PS2 level graphics at point.
It's like somebody went into like ZBrush or something and then they just like messed with the mold and then bam.
Yeah,
Looks like that time Legolas killed an elephant.
Yeah.
That was
And it's just
Roosevelt.
totally, completely, obviously CGI with no physics. Except that was a good movie, so you forget it.
What are you talking about?
Return of the King.
I haven't seen Lord
Yeah,
of the Rings.
no,
Fucking pleb.
I fall asleep.
Cody, that's our
Shadow of
next
Mordor.
I was
film franchise we're doing.
You know what? That
That's actually,
we gotta
that's actually kind of a good
we
idea.
gotta
I'd be
wait
down
2
for
years.
that.
We'll put a pen in that and come back to
You
it.
just need to set aside 12 hours for the extended editions.
Exactly. And
'Cause-
just take half a day.
If you watch the regular ones and not the extended ones, then you're just being a bitch.
Oh man, but it took so much out of me just to watch this. Fuck.
Yeah, but again, this is a
That-
bad movie.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings are good.
Lord of the
yeah.
Rings are good.
I don't know. Is Return of the King as good as Phantom Menace? Who was to say?
I might murder you right now.
That was nominated for Best Picture, was it not?
It won Best
I
Movie,
won Best
yes.
Picture. Excuse me.
What
it-
other movies came out in that time frame?
Well, it was like the lifetime achievement. Like, okay, good job.
Oh,
Here's your nerd shit. Just like Endgame's gonna win.
Yeah.
oh yeah, it
an
doesn't
Oscar
deserve it.
for-
Phantom Menace.
I hate Phantom
Way
Menace.
better.
And speaking of Phantom Menace, Darth Maul, kind of a menace.
He is
He's more of like a
very
mean ass.
Darth Maul.
Darth Maul.
So I feel like just Phantom Menace gave us all strokes, is what we're
No, I mean
getting
it
across.
kind of did because like as we're watching the movie, we're like the first like 20 minutes we're watching it and we're like, oh, this is gonna be fun. We're just shit talking it, and then it like kept going and kept going,
Yeah.
and like there's even like a point where you're like, all right, credits. Oh no. More movie. It's like I can't. It's so. I mean, it's like it's not a short movie. I mean, it's a decent size. It's 2 hours and 20 fucking
It's
minutes.
2 movies in one.
Yeah, and
But I mean, 2 hours is your basic movie time.
I'd say an hour and a half is.
Jesus, we've had this discussion. No, it's not.
No, the new
Wenzel's
average
right.
is much closer to 2 hours, yeah.
What the
Unfortunately,
fuck?
yeah. New average is.
I mean, new average, but this
two,
is
2.5.
also 99. So it's,
It was a bit longer for the time.
yeah.
But
Also bad. There, you could probably have made this a hell of a 20-minute short. Like,
And I think people have. What was his name? The guy who played Eric in.
Topher Grace.
Topher Grace.
yeah.
Doesn't he have his own like cut
yeah,
of
he's done
the
a super
entire
cut
trilogy?
of the whole prequels, I think.
Yeah.
and he did that with the Hobbit series too.
Really?
And he played the Klans leader
he-
in Black Klansman.
Yeah, he took all 3 of the Hobbit movies and made a 1-2 hour film.
I want to
Like
see
it
it.
should have
I
been.
really think we should. I think we should definitely go
I don't
back and
want-
revisit that later on,
No.
just to see what it's like.
We're going to
Revisit what?
still see a lot of Phantom Menace.
The big cut.
Oh well, I haven't seen any of them, so it would not be revisiting for me. It would be first time.
Well, I don't think it's like anywhere online because of copyright reasons.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he hasn't
it-
released
it
his
never
cut or
leaked
anything.
or anything.
Yeah, it's like literally just on his computer. I
Man,
know. Greedy.
I lost my shit when I saw that Rhodian child. Because I was telling Justin, like, I didn't think that was I thought that was a little person.
Well, it clearly was.
it clearly was, of
But
course.
it was supposed to be a Greedo kid.
Yeah, and lost it.
Wait, what if that was Greedo?
I think Lucas came out and said that was the case, but I don't know if
He
that's
took a
for
wrong
sure.
turn in life.
Man, yeah, he dies.
I know. Thank God Anakin turned out okay.
Yeah, totally. Banging an older chick and killing kids.
Can we talk about that real quick? She had some very fucked up vibes going
Like-
towards a 6-year-old.
Like,
Well, no, that kid has better game than most of us, I'd imagine.
Padme is. I mean, the writing. I never noticed it before until I started really thinking about it. Like, wait, she's 14. He's 6 years old.
Are you an angel?
Are you an
That would get
angel?
anybody.
God.
Totally.
Hey, Justin, are you an angel?
No, it is some weird shit because it's like, because as a kid I never realized that like he jumps like ages like very quickly, but also like even he did like still like their relative ages like she's like so much older than him. Oh, it's fucking weird.
Well,
It doesn't get weird. It's not weird past his 18. It's weird whenever there's sexual tension between a 14-year-old and a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
It's even weirder when he ages 45 years
Yeah.
between this and the next movie.
Yeah.
That's true.
They're
There's
hey,
like
we're-
a 10-year gap between episode 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think.
but he goes from 8 to 40.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And a 20-year-old, like,
And
and,
Natalie,
and a 6-year-old. Actual ages of the actors.
yeah, like it wouldn't have been as jarring as if Natalie Portman had been played by a younger kid, and then she was Natalie Portman. But it's always Natalie Portman.
Yeah, it's
And she's looked like Natalie Portman since she was 10. I mean, I saw The Professional. She looked like Natalie Portman, but shorter. And
it's
that
so
was also fucking weird.
Also-
That's a weird movie.
speaking of Natalie Portman, like her like delivery of some of these lines in the movie.
I'm in for a vote of no confidence.
It's like a weird British accent too.
She almost sounds like Skeletor.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like a very weird uptight regal like posture and like accent that just doesn't
But
work.
also maintains to be monotone.
yeah, like it just completely drains her of all character.
Yeah.
It's
But
bad.
everyone is drained of all character.
That's true.
That's
Except
true.
Ewan McGregor, who is a national treasure in every nation.
Hello there.
Hell, even Darth Maul, who barely talks.
Yeah.
to the
And it
entire
wasn't even
movie.
him talking.
Oh yeah, that wasn't even him.
Dude from Shaun of the Dead
Yep.
and the Nova Corps.
What's funny about Obi-Wan is like not on board with any of this for like the whole movie. He's like, "Oh fuck, we're bringing on another useless life form." Talking about Anakin.
Pathetic.
And
He calls him
Oh,
pathetic.
pathetic, yeah.
At the very beginning.
And see, that's the only time where somebody with a rat tail is correct.
In history.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if y'all noticed it or not. He had a rat tail and
A
a
ponytail.
Padawan braid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like,
and Anakin
why?
has it too in the next one.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean,
So did it just like clip on like a little string of hair behind their ear? Because there's no way that much time passed.
no, they grew it.
No, yeah. they just grow out that one section and then braid it.
I like thinking that Lucasfilm somehow came into so much money they created a technology that could essentially cure baldness, but they only used it to grow rat tails for Hayden Christensen.
That's my new
You
thing.
know that George Lucas thinks rat tails are cool as hell.
No, George Lucas has one himself.
George Lucas pulls out a. Didn't he have a mullet for years? Or am I thinking of Kenny? I'm probably thinking. I get George Lucas
you're
and Kenny
thinking of
Rogers
Kenny
mixed
Rogers
up.
a lot.
Wow. Two different people.
Yeah. God, Cody, you got to know when to hold them.
Now I'm,
Know when to fold them.
now I'm thinking about Star Wars
Know when
as
to walk
directed
away.
by Kenny Rogers.
It'd have been a
Probably
musical, and I'd love it.
Yeah, it'd be good shit.
Dolly Parton is Leia.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I'm down.
Oh man, and-
I need a country music Star Wars.
Oh my god,
Wait, how about we table the Phantom Menace talk and we do our fantasy cast for a country music version of Star Wars?
I
The
mean-
Death Star is the Grand Ole Opry.
Okay.
Who plays Darth Vader?
Oh, it has.
Darius Rucker.
Okay.
Yeah.
ooh, or
Oh, you want?
Hank Williams Jr.
Ooh. No, he's the emperor.
He's going to be Han.
No, Hank Williams is the Emperor. Hank Williams Jr. is Luke.
Hank Williams is dead.
We bring him back.
Bring him back. We just do what they do with
We
Leia.
have the
Have
technology.
you not seen the
Full
trailer
on
for
gra-
episode 9?
Full on Grand Moff Tarkin, this bitch.
Okay, this is a fan casting, Justin. Okay,
Well, I'm sorry, I'm being realistic.
Yeah,
let's live this
so
out.
obviously Reba's Luke.
You know,
No, Reba's Han.
Oh, Reba would be a
Reba
good
is
ass Han.
She would be a fantastic Han. And I'm thinking for Obi-Wan, Billy Ray.
Oh, fuck.
fuck.
He's already. Oh my god, he already has a rat tail. It works.
By the way, who's Chewbacca?
Also, Billy Ray.
Just get one of the guys from ZZ Top.
Money for
They're hairy enough.
Yeah, they're hairy enough.
You just have them both be Chewbacca.
Just the entire
Standing together, arm in arm.
the entire cast of the band Alabama as Chewbacca at the same time.
Man, that's really good.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like where we're going with this episode.
Yeah.
Well,
Makes
we could
it
just
fun.
keep shitting on the Phantom Menace, but we've been doing that since the movie started. So
It was so bad,
it
y'all.
was terrible.
We were beating that horse. It was dead for 40 minutes.
But then the horse came back and kicked our ass. It was like, okay, you shit talked me long enough.
Because we could talk about the good parts of the movie, but we'd all just say the fight scene, and then we're done.
Well,
And
it's
that's it.
also the music during the fight
Oh, yeah,
scene
no, the music's always
was
great,
incredible.
Yeah.
You know, it was almost like, of course he made the movie. Of course he made the music without, like, I don't guess without watching the movie. I don't know, but someone said that the music was way too epic for the actual content of the movie itself.
Yeah, it just like when they jump out of the little fog at the beginning of the movie, and then it just plays the Star Wars theme. I'm like, no,
That wasn't
you
epic.
You did not earn that.
And
So
then, like, the
stop
emotional
it.
music that was happening between whenever the emotional music that was happening between Anakin, it just felt very disjointed. But the battle music was really good, and honestly, the battle scene was really greatly choreographed.
It's one of the best like lightsaber fight scenes in all the.
Oh, it would have been
Oh, yeah,
it would have
excellent,
been
yeah.
the best up to like this point in Star Wars
Oh, yeah.
theatrical releases. Like it's better than anything in the original trilogy.
Yep.
I do love how
Choreograph wise, not like weight or significance wise,
Yeah.
but
I do really enjoy the the different moves that each of them do, specifically Obi-Wan. How he has this set
his
of
fucking
moves.
split kick.
His
double kick.
his split kick, his spin and slash that he does. Also, first time for me where I actually saw them like Jedi Force speed run.
That completely threw me off. I did not know what
I've
fucking happened.
never noticed that, and then suddenly it's like boom, and you're like, "What the fuck just happened?" I didn't know that was a thing.
Jedi super speed.
And you can't help but think how much more useful that would have been when they're all separated by force fields, and maybe Liam Neeson wouldn't have died if Obi-Wan had picked up the pace just a
Yeah.
tad.
Maybe Darth Maul's the real hero.
Well,
though.
that's the little thing you don't know. A lot of people don't know about the Force lore. Is that they can only use Force Run once a year.
They used
Oh.
it there.
I believe
Cooldown
it.
time, yeah.
They
That
used-
makes sense.
Yeah, that was the best time. to use it.
Also Jedi hate doors. They respect doors like hardcore.
They stabbed it with a lightsaber trying to melt it.
Darth
was
Maul
Maul.
Yeah.
stabbed it.
No,
No,
Qui-Gon
at the beginning of the
very
movie.
beginning of the
Okay,
movie.
no, those aren't doors; those are gates and locks. Okay, come on
Oh
now.
yeah, that's different. Not those doors. I'm talking doors that specifically
fields.
are see through.
I sense a cover up.
Damn it, George, we caught you now.
Let's just spend the rest of this podcast trying to justify why it's actually a good movie.
Pod racing.
All right, I guess we're going into plugs.
The pod racing scene was absolutely trash. I hate racing scenes in movies.
It was okay in the context of this movie. It was one of the better scenes of this
Yes.
movie. Not great.
Yeah.
Not. It went way. It was like a real time race. It was like, you know what? We could make this a 3-minute scene, but what if it was 20? And then they did it.
Yeah, like whenever I think back on this movie, that's one of the things I would think back positively on, but it was like no, this is bad.
Just not good at all.
Yep.
Like you just get the sense that Lucas is watching this after they get done filming, gently rubbing his nipples and saying, "Now this is pod racing." Enjoy that mental image. You
No,
are
Kenny
welcome.
Rogers, no.
The reason George Lucas made that scene so long is because he just went to the Daytona 500 the weekend before they shot it. He was like, we have to give so much more time to this scene.
He was like, we have to put this in Star Wars.
How can we get Jeff Gordon to be in a pod? Was Jeff Gordon around in '99? I don't know.
He was the Bulba.
Oh yeah. I don't know if Jeff Gordon. I know he's retired now. I don't know if he was racing in '99.
But also
He's
the
been
fact,
racing since the 400s.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true. You're right. With the Flintstones car that they just walked.
Yeah.
Anakin's. One thing that always bothered me about this movie was Anakin's, the way he speaks Huttese. It's just so. It doesn't have any accent whatsoever.
Beaky Buku?
It literally sounds like a sim.
Yeah.
It sounds like Ubish Liba Slob.
Yeah, it was literally, it was like they told the kid that played Anakin, they're like, just go out there and make some sounds. That's the
It's
language.
Sporgenbong.
Boo boo boo.
Whoa, Wenzel, calm down.
Boo boo go
The fuck did you just say to me?
Yeah.
In his own home.
In Justin's house.
You son of a bitch!
Man.
His grandmother was a hut. You should say you're sorry.
Supu.
Whoa. Whoa.
Speaking
Just doubling down, huh?
Yeah.
Speaking of the Hutt, Justin pointed this out. In the credits, Jabba the Hutt is credited as himself.
Fuck.
Like not an actor or anything. It's just like Jabba the Hutt himself. It's like, what the fuck? What does that mean?
Jabba the Hutt's voice and the grunts he makes is just made by two shoes slapping together.
Either that or Lucasfilm created Jabba the
Oh
Hutt
my
for real.
They made him in a fucking lab.
No,
Yeah.
I feel like those grunts from Jabba, someone was just recording Lucas when he was watching the pod racing scene.
It's like him eating too. when he crunches on the head of that fucking little animal and then spits it out. Fuck.
He's
Both-
eating hot wings for that part.
That's just Lucas eating hot wings.
And crushing the bone.
I'm just
Fuck.
imagining. Okay, George, we're gonna need you in the sound booth. Make sure you got that 12-piece ready to go.
We need to get some bone crunch in there, so eat those bones.
Just imagine him putting a whole wing in his mouth and just crunching the whole wing.
You know what? I've come to the conclusion that George Lucas, that's canon now.
I think this movie may be good. I've come back around.
I mean, yeah.
I've kind of stayed in the same place.
Um,
One question I always say, where's Luke in all this?
Wait, is Anakin? That's his little brother, right?
This movie has nothing to do with the original three. I don't know why it's a sequel. Oh, God. I just cracked myself up on that
oh my
one.
god. And you know, seeing C-3PO, like I completely forgot how he even comes to be in Star Wars. Seeing him without skin is
Wenzel couldn't handle it. Throughout the movie, he's like, give him skin. Give him skin.
no, because when Justin points that out, I was like, oh my god, he's skinless. That's horrifying.
I mean, they can't afford gold.
And again, there's things in the trilogies to point out that robots and droids and whatnot might feel pain.
Yeah, because
So he's just walking around with his nerve endings exposed and not screaming.
And then Anakin's like, yeah, sorry to get to finish you.
I'll tell Mom not to sell you. Bye.
And he totally didn't tell her.
Yeah, no, you can tell he forgot to hug his mom. So
yeah, oh
you
my
can
god.
tell.
His mom was the most forgettable character in this movie, I think.
I didn't even remember
First
that.
name is Shmi.
What'd you say?
Shmoo.
Wenzel,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to take you off if you keep that language up.
One more crack like that, and you're out of here.
Okay, Patrick will fight you.
We're back at the baby talk episode.
Oh my god.
It's a language, mon bombad.
God, man, I always have so much problem with people like not understanding me. If I could just speak this in language and people understand me, I'd be great.
Yeah, just fuck English.
Yeah, I love it when it's like sometimes people can't understand my English. What if I made a fucking whole language that was just gurgles and sounds?
And did they
Yeah.
understand? Here's my thing: is like why? Because the Trekkie fans have made Klingon. You have, I guess, Game of Thrones fans who've made like
Dothraki.
Dothraki and Valyrian. Why is there no canon Hutties?
There is. Listen to this. This podcast is Wizard.
What? Man,
This
that's
is
so
pretty-
wizard.
That's so wizard.
This is really wizard.
So wizard.
I was doing some slam dunks.
Yeah.
You
They
do
say that in
realize
the movie.
you're not being recorded visually, right? No one could
We
see
do a lot of visual bits.
your stuff, and it's really confusing.
What?
That's why we.
Like I could pantomime it, but again, they're not going to see me
Justin,
either.
Justin, you're not being very wizard right now.
Yeah, Justin, you're totally not being Wizard, dude.
Look, if you don't want me to point out your own plot holes, quit asking me to be on here.
But the thing is, they're not plot holes.
Are they?
They're
Are they?
story additions.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
Story
feel
edition.
So you guys helped with Phantom Menace too?
No.
'Cause these were your additions to it.
Yeah, we were all.
We were in the credits.
Actually, I'm trying to.
Who do you think came up with Jar Jar Binks?
Not me. I do not take credit.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, Cole was 3 weeks old when Phantom Menace came out.
No. He was like, we have to have somebody named Jar Jar Binks, and he has to be clumsy as fuck.
Those were your first words. Jar Jar Binks.
Yo,
George is walking by like, oh my God, that's it.
No, yeah.
Or I have. Oh, get that boy. Bring him to the studio.
I don't want George Lucas saying, "Get that boy."
get him.
Yeah,
Take him from his parents.
It's bad enough that Natalie Portman is saying it. I thought the Barry White music was a weird touch, personally, but you know.
There was really weird cadence every time they would say 6 years old. That's too old. It was really weird. Like, because they said that like 7 times in the movie because like Anakin was too old to be a Jedi, and like everybody that delivered the line was like 6 years old. That's too old.
Which is funny is like that's too old. It's like look at all these other old motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's like that's too old, and then Yoda's 800.
Anakin's clearly too old to be a Jedi, but not too old to smush.
Ooh,
Natalie Portman
Man.
Not
going
apparently
after that.
Not too old to fly a spaceship.
Oh,
Oh
no.
yeah.
He told me
Stay in
stay
the
in the-
cockpit.
He told me stay in the cockpit. I'm gonna stay in the cockpit.
What a little smart ass.
Oh no! I'm firing the gun.
But also really good part of the movie is when Anakin's like, "Yeah, I built the best pod racer or what best pod." He cranks it up. Oh, thank God it came on.
And there's even a part where he's never even won a race.
Yeah, no, never even finished a
Never
race.
even finished it.
I'm not even sure he's ever driven a pod racer.
Well, the thing is, he said it's like, "Oh, I've been a pilot all my life." When he's 6 years old,
Yeah, it was-
and like he acts like I've never done any of it. Like, he's just a little kid bullshitting.
Yeah, which I mean, that's obvious. But how did Natalie Portman's character actually believe him?
Well, how did anybody?
How did like
That's true.
the
How
Jedi believe
Oh
him?
wait, that's true. How did anybody believe him? That's very
Wenzel. It's the living force.
I was gonna say his midichlorian count is over 20,000. I don't think you would understand.
It's fate.
I feel like Qui-Gon was just high the whole time. He didn't care.
Yeah, he just kept betting on him. It's like, why don't we just bet on this random kid? I'll bet on my spaceship that I don't even own.
Like,
He's
if
got a
he'd been
very
playing,
bad gambling.
But
problem.
like
All these
blackjack.
people in danger.
Yeah.
if he'd been playing blackjack, he had 20. He would have said, "Hit me." That's how Qui-Gon
Yeah.
was.
Wait,
23, bust, hit me.
the episode of Family Guy.
now I'm just thinking of a funny that funny like comedic like timing whatever in those shows where it's like Qui-Gon bets all of this shit, the Queen's ship, everybody on this 6-year-old kid, and he goes to Queen Padme, who he doesn't know that's the Queen. He's like, "Don't tell the Queen what I did." And then it's like the Seinfeld music starts playing.
There were several moments in this film you would swear that the actor should have just looked in the camera and winked at you. Because it was like,
wink.
what was the first thing Anakin said? Oh, or not Anakin, Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan goes, during the first scene, he goes, "Well, we knew one thing. That meeting was going to be short."
Oh yeah.
Should have looked in the camera and just it was like, "Oh, thanks."
Like, I feel like the camera cut away right before Qui-Gon backhanded him for being a smart ass.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck did you say to
The
me?
meeting was going to be short. We almost died.
I do want to see more like Jedi discipline. I want to see. Do they believe in spare the saber and beat the child, whatever the hell that is?
More Jedi spankings.
That's what I was hearing.
That's what I took from that.
I literally just took the word spank from
The
it.
Jedi Council he sees that you get spanked. Oh no! Oh my god! Oh no! Please stop!
The Jedi Council thinks you've been a bad boy. Whap.
Also,
Speaking of spankings, Qui-Gon totally smashed with Shmi.
Oh yeah, he
Oh,
Yeah,
for
there was-
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
He smashed
I
and
just
he
gotta
took
get
her
that out
kid.
Well, they were both
Yeah.
really inspired by the game between Anakin and Padme. They were like, "Oh well, if they can."
Oh, okay. So everybody thought that too.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's my head
You know,
canon.
Liam Neeson totally fucked that slave lady.
Okay.
And stole her son.
oh, and things were awkward the next morning at breakfast, which is why they didn't save her.
Can we
We tried.
Can we take your son? Can we take your son? No, you can't take my son. What are you, some fucking weirdos? What if I lay pipe?
What if I just knock you up and give you another kid?
Oh my god, the explanation for how Anakin came to be.
Is that how Luke comes to be? I'm real confused about this whole movie series.
No.
I'm pretty sure we just watched Luke's conception. It happened between the scenes with that 6-year-old and the 20-year-old.
Oh God.
Yeah.
God.
Wait,
Oh.
does Padme's race just like incubate for 20, 30 years?
Is she not human?
Did you not see when she was first in her dress, all those little bulbs? Those are actually her eggs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That makes
Patrick did say that. That is canon.
Yep.
It's just eggs.
God, I did like how there was like during the pod racing, there's a split second. You see a woman who's like in an orange like suit, and she has like she's pale white, and she has like an antenna coming out of her head, and her hair is like up really tight into like a ponytail. If you don't know, she's one of the bounty hunters or assassins that was in the Clone Wars. I don't remember her name.
Or sing.
That.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was really neat seeing that.
Yeah,
It's called foreshadowing, Wenzel.
It's called the people who made the show saw the character design and liked it, and George wasn't going to do anything with
Oh
her.
yeah.
Let's say
Yeah.
they picked out of the background on that
Again,
one.
if anyone's missing the point, George Lucas sucks.
Yeah.
Well, that's something we will say, like, in the events in the movie. It's, like, art direction and, like, props and, like, everything, like, mechanically about the movie, like, in terms of practical effects and design, that's actually the best part.
I love the designs of this movie.
Except for skinless C-3PO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still
was
Which was
horrifying.
just more weird. Like, it didn't make any sense. It's like, just put a bag.
I put him back.
Put a bag on him.
Oh, make C-3PO like a spooky ghost.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Or C-3PO has, like, potato sacks as his skin, that he just walks around like some giant, like, potato sack mummy.
Oh
That
no.
would have been awesome.
But
kill
that
people.
happens, doesn't it?
Kill people. Take their skin. Put it on him.
Oh, yeah, just make C-3PO like a real person.
He's the Vision.
That's what happened with Shmi. She's dead.
Oh, is Shmi and 3PO they're to spin off because they're in love?
Oh, Anakin was making C-3PO as a sex robot for me.
Oh God.
I mean, he did say, take care of my mom when he left. And make sure she doesn't sell you.
All right, look, I've made a lot of pedophilia jokes this episode about Natalie Portman and Anakin, and that robot thing's going too far.
Okay,
we don't
look.
cotton to that round here.
What is it? Don't fucking, what is it? Robosexuality?
Yeah.
It was, yeah. Don't fuck around with robosexuality.
Are you robo-shaming them?
Sure am.
Man.
So, Phantom Menace.
I should say I think one of the artists who worked on the Phantom Menace, Doug Chang, I follow him on Instagram. I love seeing his stuff, especially like for what he recently started. I think he's recently started putting out his stuff that he worked on for the Phantom Menace, and like his designs like for the droids and the ships looks so good. Yeah, I even have one of his art books, Mechanica. It's like when you look at his art and then you compare it to Star Wars, it's like you can see the similarities.
I know, like, one of my favorite things as a kid about the movies, I had like the what is it, DX. It's like a photo atlas of like everything in the movie to have like all the props, all the characters, and all the little details attached to that was really interesting. It's like it's almost as if there's all these talented people that work within the property, but there's just one thing that kind of screws up the whole story.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like what the...
Which is the creator of said story.
Would you say that George Lucas is the Jar Jar Binks of this
Yeah.
franchise?
Oh yeah.
Because
Kind of sounds like you're saying he's the Vince McMahon of it.
Ooh, I don't know.
Half this table knows what that meant.
That was a zing.
Yep. And the half of us and the 12 people listening who know, they're gonna dig it.
Thank you, wrestling fans.
So who's
Yeah.
who's the Roman Reigns of Star Wars?
Of Star Wars?
Oh, it's got to be Anakin. Push to the moon.
Yeah. Push to the moon. Everybody wants him to turn heel. When he turns heel, everybody's like, be a face again.
I know what that
First of all, 12 listeners. How many people do you think actually listen to this podcast?
I specified the 12 people who would get that joke.
Yeah, right.
I did say that.
Out of the 100.
I'm glad at least you're. What makes you think we get 12? 12.
Thank you for being generous.
Everybody that listens
I
to the
listen.
podcast
Sometimes.
at this table.
Every so often. Once in a while.
you
when
mean
I'm
you
on
listen
it.
to your episodes?
Yeah, I listen to me. I'm incredibly narcissistic and egotistical. I like to hear the sound of my own voice.
Hey, guess
Me
what?
too.
That's one guaranteed play on this episode.
I'm kidding. I don't even listen to mine. I was there. I know what I said.
That's what I think about all episodes.
But honestly, though, we'll go back and listen to an episode. We're like, man, we're funny.
Yeah.
It's real bad. We are so suck up our own asses.
Just pulling a Lucas, rubbing your nipples while listening to yourself.
Oh, now that's podcasting.
He did
He
it.
got his shit
He
in.
did it.
Yep.
Finally fit it in.
Bad son of a bitch.
Okay, good.
Ascension gun.
I was gonna ask, what scene pissed everyone off? I'm gonna go ahead and say mine. It just made me real fucking mad.
The entire fucking movie.
Yeah,
No,
That
yes.
started and then the part up until the credits, I didn't enjoy.
very specifically the scene where Jar Jar is in the battlefield at the end of the movie and he's just fucking everything up. And it always goes in his favor for some fucking reason.
Yeah, no, me and Cole were just the angry boys in the back.
You mean specifically when he has half a robot tied to his foot and he moves his foot and the robot shoots his robot buddies just because his arm is flinging and he manages to pull the trigger?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny because I was like, why doesn't he just pick up the gun? But I was like, wait, maybe he shouldn't have a gun.
Everyone would die.
Yeah.
That's why Luke loves Jar Jar so much. It's because he's the representation of failing upwards.
Luke? No,
It is a symbol. It's a metaphor for
That's a-
plot
said
contrivance.
Luke.
It's his personification of his horrible, horrible failure.
One of my favorite stories that's not canon in Star Wars right now. It's about Jar Jar. It's basically like his origin story. Because Jar Jar and his family went out on the boat to go fishing, but then a storm happened, and Jar Jar's dad's like, "Hey, I need you to steer the boat while I tie everything down." And Jar Jar's like, "Okay," and then he immediately just fucks up and he crashes the boat into a desert island.
Hell yeah.
And they're just stranded there for months and days and possibly years. And Jar Jar's just like flea-flopping around making noise. And the dad slowly goes insane to the point where he finds a blaster in the wreckage and he puts it to his head. It's like, I can't take it anymore. And the mom's like, no, think of your son. And he pauses for a second. He puts the gun back. But Jar Jar bumps into him. He causes him to like shoot part of his head off. So he has like this laser gash in his head. And Jar Jar's like, "Oops, sorry, Dad." And he's just flopping around on the island, and they're stuck there. That's how the story ends.
Is that real?
That was a legit story in the old extended universe.
It's funny, you say flopping around. That's exactly what Jar Jar does.
Yeah.
He flops around.
He never moves normally.
Jar Jar is like, what if we gave one fish legs
Yeah.
and made them a land creature?
And then they don't have a spine.
Yes.
You know that game where you play like an octopus, but like each person controls a different limb?
Octodad?
Yes. That's kind of how Jar Jar walks. He has like no control over his extremities. He's just like,
Pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's just nothing redeemable about him. Even like in the Clone Wars, the scenes I hated the most in the Clone Wars, like the actual like episodes, were with Jar Jar and Padme. Those were the absolute shittiest parts of that little show.
And they had like entire episodes dedicated to it.
Dude, yeah, Jar Jar and Padme.
I couldn't stand them. I skipped a few of them because I didn't give a shit.
Well, I
Well,
didn't.
I mean, you didn't lose anything.
No, you didn't. I mean, I didn't really mind Padme. Jar Jar, though. Jar Jar's episodes were horrible.
You remember that story arc where Mace Windu and Jar Jar team up?
Fuck.
That's
Oh,
an
yeah.
actual thing.
Oh my god. Shit.
Powerful.
it kind of feels like they were like contractually obligated to include Jar Jar in like 3 episodes. It's like either you do this or you're canceled.
They
It's like,
probably were.
And then they were like, fuck, they're like, I would have died. I would have killed myself. I would like, shoot me.
It's either me or Jar Jar. But we got to keep Jar Jar in there. You know what that means.
This movie fucking sucks.
Yeah, it was bad.
it's
Going
not
back to
good.
what Colt said, what scene pissed me off the most? I would say it was towards the beginning. Justin pointed it out towards the beginning of the movie where Obi-Wan jumps up from a completely level room and jumps up out of the door.
Yeah.
With a low-hanging door frame.
Yeah, with a low-hanging door
He
frame.
just falls out of the sky.
Yeah, it
You don't
just
even see him jump. You see his lightsaber, and then he's falling.
Yeah,
in front
and then
of
he
a robot
falls,
that
so-
he was already in front of.
But see, I explained it from my headcanon. There's an opening above the door
Yeah.
that he falls through perfectly.
yeah. I don't know. There's so much about this movie. Like, man, because I mean, like Patrick and like everybody's been saying, the art design really good. The John Williams, great job with the music. Some of the sounds they used though were like bad, like sound design wise. But like the writing and the acting is just like, wow.
A+.
Yeah, great. I can't believe it.
God, and everybody's so fucking monotone. It's just like, we need to go blah, blah, blah. And it's,
Now that's what I call pod racing.
I vote for no confidence.
I vote for no confidence.
There's too much there. Too much.
I'm sorry.
there.
Let me back it down.
Yeah.
I vote for no confidence.
Still too
Still
much.
a little too much.
I vote for no confidence.
You gave it a little too
Wait,
much.
let me try. I vote for no confidence.
Keep it up.
Let me try. That's it.
I just love how she just can't move her fucking face.
Again.
Like, I got to give her props for that. She
Academy Award winner Natalie Portman.
Well, just because you win a movie Academy Award doesn't mean every single movie you're in is Academy Award worthy.
Phantom Menace was though.
Yeah.
It was great. I would have gave it Best Picture.
Well, I think the reason why she couldn't move her face is because she had like 100 pounds of like hair and decorations on her head. They just weighing her down.
I get that, but for her speaking, you should see some muscle movement.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people think the white on her face was paint, but it's actually like wall plaster. So it just fucking hardened and literally could not move.
I can't talk right.
It's
I
just,
vote for no confidence.
we
it's upsetting that Thor isn't her worst performance.
You know,
Because she's terrible in Thor. She's worse in Thor 2.
yeah,
But she's worse here.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, that's pretty fair.
And was she good in anything? Ever?
Yeah, no, she's great in Black Swan.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Even
Black
as a
Swan's really
10-year-old
good.
in Leon the Professional or Leon, depending on what country you're watching it in. She was really, really good. It's a good movie. It's Jean Reno and Gary Oldman and Natalie Portman. Really, it's Luc Besson's one of his first major things.
I knew two things out of that entire conversation.
No, that's fair. Great
What year
movie
did
though.
that- What year did that come out in?
Oh god, it
Was that 94?
I think 94. Yeah, around
Because
there.
I remember that coming. It was like the year like Pulp Fiction, Leon the Professional, Shawshank, like
It was
all
like a
these.
fantastic movie. What was the movie with Leo DiCaprio, and he has a special needs brother and a very large mother?
Oh no, that's
Yes,
What's Eating
What's Eating
Gilbert
Gilbert
Grape,
Grape,
and
and-
Leo was the special needs
Yeah,
brother.
you're
Yeah.
thinking
Oh,
of
okay,
Johnny
yeah,
Depp
yeah.
was
Johnny
the normal
Depp,
one.
yeah, okay. I want to see that. Did that movie come out in 93 or 94?
93.
Yeah, I think
that's
right.
early 90s is best I can do on that one.
Because I know Edward Scissorhands. I'm sorry. I'm just going through movies in my head. I'm just trying
No,
to.
it's better to talk about good movies. I don't want to talk about Phantom Menace. It hurts.
Yeah.
I'm trying to block out.
What? Okay. Off of memory, I mean, is this the worst Star Wars?
No.
Christmas special,
No.
Okay, theatrical releases.
Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones is much worse.
Oh my god! Well, I hope y'all buckle up for our June Star Wars file.
I'm fucking ready.
I'm not as ready as I'm going to be.
Who are you guys getting to watch that one with you?
I believe.
Has anyone agreed to
I
it?
believe Mac agreed to watch
that
it.
poor bastard.
Yeah, I mean, we gave him the best one, so in exchange, we
Clearly.
also had to give him the worst.
Well, when he's on here, you tell him I said go fuck yourself. Love that guy.
Salt of the earth, that motherfucker.
That piece of shit's a real good egg.
Love Mac to death, but fuck him.
God damn, he can go to hell, but he's an angel.
He could be your angel or your devil.
Are you an angel?
Are we done talking Phantom Menace?
I guess.
How long
I
have we
don't
been
know.
going for?
8 minutes.
42.
42.
Yeah, I guess we could be done. There's really nothing
Wait,
else to say. Don't watch it.
I mean, watch it.
We could talk about other better movies that the people who were in this were also in.
Oh, man.
Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
You know,
Liam Neeson as Aslan.
You laugh, but I actually enjoy that movie.
I actually
I
genuinely
really
enjoyed that
enjoyed
movie.
it.
Yeah.
The first Martin.
Silence, which I was there when the dark magic was created.
That's
Whatever
pretty
that
great, right?
that fucking line right there is like.
He was
Aslan-
also in Sam Raimi's Dark Man, which is a
Dark-
fantastic
Dark
movie.
Man's good.
Dark Man's great. But I think it was his first movie that was Excalibur. John Borman's Excalibur.
Never seen
That
it.
had Helen Mirren, and she's naked.
What?
Also, speaking of
It's
naked,
pretty sweet. Right?
Ew.
Yeah.
first Taken movie.
But that was before she was old.
Yes.
Ew.
It was like
even grosser.
Patrick Stewart was also in Excalibur.
Was he naked?
Naked?
No.
Damn.
Damn it.
But the dude who played Lancelot was.
Who?
There's
Patrick
full on
fucking Stewart.
floppy peen.
Who was
Yeah.
Lancelot in that?
I don't remember the dude's name.
Must have been important.
Well, on floppy peen note, thank you everybody for listening to this month's Star Wars File. As always, you can follow us on SoundCloud. First off, if you're listening, thank you. Go review, rate, subscribe, like us on SoundCloud, Spotify, Overcast, iTunes, Google Podcasts, all those great places.
If this is your favorite movie, why and let us know why. I kind of want to know. I want to know why you love this movie so much.
Exactly.
Yes. Reach out to
Change my mind.
Podcast.
Change my mind.
Are you
We
kidding
wanna
me?
know.
Phantom Menace is better than The Last Jedi. People believe that.
Go.
I don't. Shut up, Patrick. That's not true.
You telling me? I've seen that quite a bit on my timeline.
I just.
Those people are insane. They need help.
I'm not saying to compare it to other movies. I'm saying if this is your favorite movie out of every Star Wars movie, I want to know why.
It shouldn't be.
and have you seen any other Star Wars movie?
Or any movie.
Or just any movie.
Reach out to us on Twitter.
Any form of media to show you a balance of what's good and what's this. Phantom Menace sucks.
AYCH Podcast on Twitter, AYCH Podcast on Instagram,
Podcast.
Twitch.tv/AllYouCanHear,
It's pronounced
and YouTube All You Can Hear, and you can follow me, Tanner, on Twitter at Tanner1495.
Misa gonna end it.
And he disappears. And there's shit.
Oh my God, he shit in the chair again.
Try and answer yourself.
I don't know if you know this or not. Whenever Jonathan Force Ghost out of here, well, anybody Force Ghost, including Obi-Wan
And Yoda,
they leave their shit that was in their body, just laying right where they were. That's the reason.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So every time Jonathan Force Ghost out of here, there's just a big pile of dookie sitting in his chair.
Yeah.
So there's a big pile of shit in my kitchen chair.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Yeah,
his,
there
his
is.
clothes, his clothes stay so you can pick it up. That's how it works. With
I don't
the
want his
Force-
clothes either.
But you pick
Why
up,
is he a
wash
naked
them
ghost?
You're gonna
Okay.
have new clothes.
well, no, you pick up the poo with the clothes and throw it away.
I hate to
you're
tell
still
you this.
picking up poo.
Why do I have to do that?
It's your house, your rules.
That's not my shit.
It's what they do, okay? That's what they did.
Well,
for,
Shimmy, why don't you shit in your own chair and then pick it up with your own clothes?
that's what they did.
I
for-
don't need to shit right now.
Well, hold on. I do, so why
Okay.
don't I?
I don't mean to break this up, but there's actually 2 piles of poop in your kitchen right now.
That's mean. Don't talk about me like that.
I just shit in this chair.
By my count, there's 6 piles of poop in here right now.
Well, thank you for counting me out of that. But
yeah, thanks for counting me out.
No, shut up. Don't steal my fucking
Wait a minute.
joke.
I thought of it first.
Are there like 6 in different chairs or 6 in one chair? Because I think it's 6 in one, and it's to my left.
I have pooped a lot. I ate a big lunch.
Get on with your plugs. Let's.
My name is Wenzel. Thank you for listening. You can follow me on Twitter at Winsy Wilkie. You can follow my art Instagram at World of Winsy.
My name's Colt. Hey, follow me on Twitter at ColtD00. I'm sorry.
That was so sad.
My name is Cody. You can follow me as CODDOC11. That's CODDOC11. Just follow me on Instagram.
This is Patrick. Thank you all for listening. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at John Lost His Name. You can follow my art on Facebook at John Lost His Name Art.
This is the most frequent Ach guest, Justin. You can follow my personal page, but I'll block you. But you could also follow my stores page. It's Comic Strip Tuscaloosa. That's both on Facebook and on Instagram. I also have an art page. I don't have art on it. I draw shit. You can follow that on Captain Shimmy's Kinda Art. That's Captain Shimmy's KINDAART. Give it a like.
Now that is a podcast.
God damn it.